Hey, we're back at the top again today with the first Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Wi-Fi battle for you on the channel. And today we are using the, well, I actually had another team with a certain Pokemon that's been banned to Ubers. Now, I'm going to have one Wi-Fi battle with that because somebody else has a team with the same said Pokemon, and it's only fair if we both can use it. Now, that's going to be battle number 2, but in this first battle, I'm doing a rendition of one of the teams that I had in Pokemon Sun and Moon. And that is none other than this team based around the Electric Valley and Choice Specs Primer Arena. And if you want to actually get a battle with me, go ahead and follow me at the top on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, I was able to find this battle through a Discord thanks to the help of Rogue's Landing on Twitter. So shout outs to him. Now, with that, we are going to go over the team. We have a Citrus Berry Blacephalon. That's what this team is based around. We then have a specially defensive Roserade, as well as, of course, you know him, you love him, the Primarina Electric Valley combo. Then we have a Mega Lopunny, as well as a, I can never remember this name. It's stupid. Why can I never remember this name? It's Tornadus Therian. Now, there's a bit of an issue with this Tornadus Therian. I have 2 Dark-type moves on it, and that was just a complete oversight on my part, and I've forgotten it. But today, we are facing Red here, and he is from the Battle Discord that I found. I'll link to the I guess the Twitter thread that I got it from. It might have gotten eliminated, but or the what's it called? The invite might have gotten eliminated, but if you are looking for Wi-Fi battles, you can find some there. But anywho, we have an OU match, and I know I'm using a PU Pokemon in Silvally, but it really works well. I remember doing this, but we have Ferrothorn, Kyurem Black, Latios, Zapdos, Tapu Koko, and Landorus Therian. Now, the surprise factor in certain things happened because we battled earlier, but I disconnected after I told him that I didn't have the Mega Ring, so I could not Mega Evolve my Mega Lopunny. It was a big mistake, but I'm able to deal with it. And looking at this, I believe my win condition has to be, I think, Blacephalon. I believe, because one... No, not even, actually. I don't know what I'm thinking. I think it's actually Primarina, because Primarina can hit 1, 2, 3 things, but I need to be very careful. I'm going to put Heat Wave on Tornadus a little bit later, and, yeah. So, first things first, I'm going to lead off with Yucko the Clown here. Don't look that up on YouTube. It's more or less not safe for work in terms of audio, because there's a lot of swearing and a lot of weird stuff. But it's just one of those funny things on YouTube that I remember from 5+ years ago, so that's pretty wild. I did take a picture of his team earlier when we did originally battled, but again, some of the surprise factor is not there, and that's a bit unfortunate. My elbow still hurts, that's why you see the sweatband on it, but it's a sweatband. Somehow it helps, I couldn't tell you. But anyway, we're going to lead off with Blacephalon, as we see Tapu Koko this time. Now, this could be good. This could be good. There's no Stealth Rocks, but I guess there was mind games, because I let off with Aquila, that would be our Tornadus, but I guess caught him off guard. What I could do here is go for the Shadow Ball or the Flamethrower. I'm going to hold off on Mind Blown, because that's, or I could go for Mind Blown right off the bat, but he has I think he has 1 resistance to that. If I go, actually, you know what, no, we have to take the better route here. We have to take the better route here. It's a much better route. We're going to switch out and go into our specially defensive Roserade here. Because Roserade can hold on to certain things. Thunderbolt, I don't know how much damage this is going to do. Hopefully not too much. Okay, so even through... Okay, so it is Life Orb, but even through the Electric Surge, Electric Terrain, it's not actually going to do a lot. And this Roserade has a lot of stuff on hand. We're going to actually set up some Toxic Spikes here. Goes to the Volt Switch. It's going to do a little bit more damage. A little bit. That's actually going to put us around a half. And I could see him going into his Latios here. The problem is... I mean, Toxic Spikes will help against the Kyurem Black and the Tapu Koko. The other 3 Pokemon are unaffected. The other 4 Pokemon are actually unaffected. So that's actually a pretty good combination. But he could easily go out into the Ferrothorn. And Lilymon here... Lilymon could be able to do stuff. But unfortunately, it cannot anymore. Because this is a different variant of Lilymon. Yeah, but we're going to set up the Toxic Spikes. And yeah, that's about what we got. The problem is, again, what do we do now? Because this is a Life Orb Cure in Black. I know it's a Life Orb Cure in Black because I knocked it off of in the last game using Tornadus. But unfortunately, I don't think I outspeed anything. It's going to be a tough option here because a Fusion Bolt will just absolutely rain on me. We could go for a Dragon move. I'm actually going to run the risk here. I'm actually going to go for a Synthesis to see what he wants to do. Because... but he has Ice Beam, though. So, I mean... I didn't know what to do there. So that's a bad... I know that was a bad idea, but I'm a little bit behind here. What this will allow me to do... Because I could have gone into Serenity there. I could have. But I just really couldn't pull that trigger. Because even if I do that, he's just going to Fusion Bolt me anyways. So there's no real way around that. But what I can do here is go out into Uptown Funk. Alright, Mega Low Bunny, and this time I can actually do stuff with this. Because now I can actually use Mega Evolution this time. The question is, do I High Jump Kick this time? Or do I do something else? I think... do I want to risk it? Because he doesn't have any Ghost-type Pokemon. I think I am going to go for the High Jump Kick this time. Before I went for the Ice Punch on the switch to the Latios. Goes for the Ferrothorn this time, predicting Ice Punch, I guess? I don't know, actually. I couldn't tell you, but we're going to bring out Mega Lopunny. Something I didn't have in the last battle, and it looked like I was in a good position until I realized I didn't have a Keystone. So I couldn't do anything, but we are going to barely miss out on one-shotting this Ferrothorn, which is a bit unfortunate. We do outspeed, though. And I think we can get away with using Ice Punch. We could go for Quick Attack. Fun fact, in the Ultra Sun and Moon... was it Ultra Sun and Moon? I think it... No. Excuse me. That was in Sun and Moon, the change. Where you didn't actually need the speed would be updated as soon as you Mega Evolve. So in this case, we don't need Fake Out really much anymore. Even though the flinch is nice. But it's not really applicable in this unless you're trying to stall. What we can do, though... is we can go for the Ice Punch. It's regularly effective. I'm not really confident. There's the Protect. Probably to try to get a little bit more. But I'm not willing to risk a miss. That's why I went for the Ice Punch here. Plus, I know he has Protect from the previous battle. So, he has some Intellibine, and so do I. But here, the electricity is going to disappear from that. But, I mean, theoretically that's fine. But Tapu Koko can come in anyway. But I did not want to run that risk. So, here comes a double Protect. Here comes a double Protect, but I'm pretty sure from this range, an Ice Punch should take out this Mega Lopunny. I'm pretty confident in my knowledge right here. In my head. Either that or my head's full of rocks. I wouldn't know. Because I haven't seen the inside of my head. But I'm still just going to go for Ice Punch here. There's no reason not to do that. Even if he wants to go into the Kyurem Black, I mean, I'm just going to High Jump Kick it. And he can't go into his Latios or his Landorus. So we're gonna bring out the Zapdos actually. We'll see how much this Ice Punch will do though. So here comes the Ice Punch. And that's going to do a marginal amount. But at this point I don't think I can afford to do that again. So I'm actually going to have to switch out here. A Volt Switch might come into play here, but I think I can go out into Blasphemy here. And as long as he doesn't Volt Switch, which I want to say he is going to Volt Switch, there's no way I can get around that. Because, I mean, it's his best option to do such a thing. But I'm going to switch out because I don't really have a choice, because I can't really get hit by anything. At least I don't want to. And actually brings out the Heat Wave. So that's not Stab, though, and we're able to do a lot of things with that. But what we can do now is the play that I've been waiting for. This is the play I've been waiting for. I'm going to actually go for the Parting Shot here to set up a play, to force a switch out. Because even at -1, I'm pretty sure Primarina can survive a hit. I want to say that. But even this is why I love Parting Shot and Primarina so much. Because he's going to bring out the Landorus. The Intimidate will not matter. Not in the slightest. I'm going to go for the Parting Shot here. And I know this thing is Choice Scarf because he brought it in twice and locked himself into Earthquake and Rock Slide on 2 different occasions, but then I forced out a switch, so I'm pretty positive that this thing is in fact Choice Scarf. Now what I'm going to do here is go out into Serenity now, because I have a free Hydro Pump. Or Moonblast. No, it's a free Moonblast. What am I thinking? Because now I can Moonblast. He's -1 attack, I want to say. Goes to the U-turn. So he's forced to switch out, but something's taking a massive Moonblast. Now that's probably going to be the Ferrothorn, because the Ferrothorn is at such low HP that unless he's trying to save it for extra damage via the Iron Barbs, it's a good enough option to bring in just to sack it off. Because something's taking a Choice Specs Moonblast, which it hits pretty hard. In the previous match, it one-shot the Tapu Koko from full. That's how crazy that Pokemon is. If he wants to bring out, I doubt he brings out the Tapu Koko. He knows it's Scarf, and there's the Ferrothorn, like I thought. So, at least I know that rocks aren't going to be on the field. So, Primarina is going to bring the Ferrothorn down, and I believe that's 1 Pokemon down on his side. I think it's 5-5 currently. Looking at this, though, he brings out the Tapu Koko. He would go for the Volt Switch. He has no reason not to Volt Switch here. And that's a problem. But he is going to get poisoned. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get 2 of them up, but the problem here lies with something else. Now, if I had just remembered, because it's been so long since I battled, outside, because I don't think I've actually had a regular Wi-Fi battle, draft format not included, because that was, I did that early summer in the NBA. Shoutouts to that, by the way. Still Kelly. But, yeah. Looking at this, he goes for an electric move, and Blasphemy is the only thing that can take that. If he Volt Switches, that's fine, but then he goes out into the Landorus. Hold on, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think, like, 2 steps ahead of here. Because right now, he Volt Switches. He has no reason not to Volt Switch. If I go into Uptown Funk, I mean, is that a good idea? Can Uptown Funk hang on to that? Maybe. Because a Volt Switch, I think Uptown Funk can, but Uptown Funk currently, I believe it's a speed tie. I want to say it is. I can actually check on, up on this. I have 40 seconds. I don't normally do damage calc. This is not even really a damage calc. I'm just trying to remember what Lopunny's speed is. Except Mega Lopunny isn't on here, so that's awesome. That's awesome. So 26 seconds. Let me see if I can pull this up. Lopunny, and it's 135 speed, so it's a bit of a speed tie here. But I think I can. He goes for Volt Switch. I outspeed everything on his team except for the Landorus. Which is a bit unfortunate. So he could probably Volt Switch out into the Landorus after this. Because there's the Volt Switch. But he is going to go out into the Landorus. That's going to sting with a 13 HP remainder. And I need to be very careful here, as he has a nice U-turn core going on. Because he brings out the Landorus, because I know he outspeeds me. Because he has Choice Scarf. And I believe something has to go down. Looking at this, though, does he Earthquake or Rock Slide? He has no reason not to Rock Slide. He has no reason not to U-turn, actually. But I have to go out into this. Do I, though? This is what's costing me. I don't really have much physical defense on this team. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hold on. I'm just trying to think of what I can do here. This is a Choice Scarf Landorus, and I need to keep that around. He has no reason not to Rock Slide. He could U-turn. But do I even need Blasphemy? Do I even need Silvally? I don't think I do, looking at this. Because Silvally doesn't really do anything. So even if he Earthquakes, because, I mean, Silvally's not outspeeding the Kyurem Black. I'm pretty sure. Silvally. Silvally's speed is 95. Kyurem Black. Hold on a second. My Pokemon Showdown. I don't know why I'm forgetting a bunch of these things. So yeah, Silvally is 95, 95. So it's a speed tie if he's regular speed. Dang. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything outspeeds him. Everything outspeeds him. I'm gonna go into blast him here to attack him off. Nothing I can do about that, actually. If he goes for Earthquake, that's fine. That means he's locked into Earthquake. If he goes for the U-turn. And I'm okay with sacking off blasting me to get a clean switch into something else. Into something else that might outspeed. Because I know everything outspeeds except Tapu Koko could actually outspeed me, which is a bit of an issue. And I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope it does not come to a speed tie. That would be terrifying. That would actually be terrifying. So he brings out the Zapdos again. Brings out the Zapdos. Now, I don't know if this is an offensive one. Can't imagine that it is. But we'll find out, I guess, because I'm just going to parting shot it. So I can lower its... I believe it lowers the attack and special attack, if I'm not mistaken. Attack and special attack. Yes, it does. Because I'm pretty sure its parting shot is just such a legendary move. Looking at this, though, I can go out into Yucca the Clown here. And I think I'm going to need something. I think I'm definitely going to be needing something. Goes to the Defog, actually. So that's super clutch, because that removes the Toxic Spikes. But the Toxic Spikes are... the Tapu Koko is poisoned. So that's not going to deal with the Kyurem Black, because Kyurem Black never came in. Now, do I go for Mind Blown here? I think I do. I want to say I do. I could go for Shadow Ball. It's going to be a close one, but I'm very keen on clicking Shadow Ball here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So Mind Blown hurts really badly, but I can't run the risk of the Latios coming in here. But he stays in, and actually, he's going to get hit with the Shadow Ball, and he goes for the Volt Switch, actually. It goes straight for the Volt Switch. So I could have gone for a Mind Blown and taken him out. And this Voltron Core is actually beginning to get on my nerves a bit. So he brings up the Landers again. He brings up the Landers again. And I gotta keep this thing around. And I definitely have to keep this thing around. Again, I'm gonna sack off Blasphemy. That's what I was trying to do before. And we'll see what we can do about this. So I'll bring in Blasphemy here. If he wants to Earthquake, that's A-okay. He could go for U-turn. And he actually goes for the Rock Slide. Which I actually live. The only thing is, I don't have speed. So, it's not really gonna matter. I guess I'll just go for Parting Shot. But I know he has Rock Slide, so it's not really gonna matter too much. I don't have any Choice Scarfer on this team. That was a crit. Didn't matter. But we'll have to see what we can do here. Looking at my team now. Yucko... Oh, I can go into Serenity. Easily. That's an easy mode. Serenity is my key to winning here. Outside of the Tapu Koko, of course. Because he's locked into Rock Slide. I can go for Moonblast. That'll do a whole ton of damage. To anything. And we'll see what he goes into. Something's going down, pretty much. Something is going down. Because Kyurem will go down easily. Zapdos will go down from the range it's at. Tapu Koko will get one shot. Latios will go down. It's a choice specs move. And he's a little bit stuck here. He's a little bit stuck here. Something is going down. The one thing I do need to get rid of, right now his win conditions are the Landorus and the Tapu Koko. Without those, he loses. He just straight up loses. And I need to figure out how to remove those. Because Tapu Koko, well, Tapu Koko speed and such, and the same with the Landorus because it's Choice Scarf. So he actually is going to sack off the Zapdos here, which will allow him to bring back in the Tapu Koko. And me and my idiotic first or second turn play is a little bit backfiring here because I don't really have a switch in to the Tapu Koko anymore. And I definitely need to keep my Mega Lopunny around at this point because that deals with the Latios and the Kyurem Black. So I can't throw that out to pasture. What I could throw out right now is my... Oh, he goes for Volt Switch. What I could go out into right now is my Blacephalon, because Blacephalon doesn't really have any use anymore outside of the Latios, but looking at this, it's just not really applicable. Because I really need Aquila for the speed. And yeah. But do I do that, though? Aquila gets outsped by those two. Aquila gets outsped by both the Landorus and the Tapu Koko. And doesn't really outspeed anything. But I like the fact that it is... I think I might go out into Aquila here. Aquila. Because Yako could actually have some use. Albeit it actually doesn't outspeed anything. No, I'm going to go out into Blacephalon. Because Aquila still has outspeeds the Latios. It's more of a speed tier thing. So he goes for the Volt Switch. I'm at this point going to run the risk of losing it, and it does. But this allows me to get a jump on anything that he goes for right now. We'll see what he goes into. Goes out into the Landorus. Serenity, right there. Goes out into Latios. Serenity. Pretty much anything, actually. Serenity is actually my best bet here. Unless the Latios has something. No, I'm pretty sure I go into it regardless. Do I, though? No! Best case scenario, right now. If he goes into the Kyurem, I go on to the Mega Lopunny. If he goes out into the Latios or the Landorus, I go out into my Primarina. 100%. That's easily what I do. It's the best decision of my life. So it brings out the Latios. Which, actually, this is a pretty good option here. Because I do have an Assault Vest. And if anything gets hairy here, I can just go ahead and switch out. Especially the fact that I can knock this thing off. Something's getting knocked off. I do outspeed everything on this team. No, I don't, actually. I don't. So here comes a Draco Meteor. But I am really bulky. I am very bulky. So here's what I'm going to do. After I survive this, I'm going to go for the knockoff here. Oh, don't one-shot it. Thank you. Perfect. That's perfect. So he's running 2 Scarfers. That's interesting. Now I'm going to go for the U-turn. For the U-turn here. Because this is what I'm going to do. This is exactly what I'm going to do. Goes for the Psychic. However, that's even less damage. Yeah, it's perfect. Because I'm going to go for the U-turn. Which will take out the Latios. And now this is a big pivotal matchup. Because now he has Switch Initiative. And when I look at this, if I bring in Uptown Funk, he brings in the Landorus. So what is my best option here? If I bring in Uptown Funk, he brings out the Landorus. And then I can switch out into Aquila. And then... Hold on. So if I bring in Serenity, he brings out Tapu Koko. But if I bring out Uptown Funk, he brings out the Landorus. I think Uptown Funk is the better option. Because if I bring out Serenity, he brings out Tapu Koko. And I bring on to Aquila, but then it goes down to a speed tie there. That's my best bet, though. But if I bring out Uptown Funk, brings with the Landorus, I sack off. I think I actually want to bring in Uptown Funk. Because my thought process is this. If I bring out the Landorus to sack it off, there's that 50-50 chance where he could go for the Earthquake. Odds are he's probably not going to, but that option is still there. If he brings out the Tapu Koko, it comes down to a speed tie. And I don't really want to do that. So I want to go for the 50-50 here. Especially, I don't want to force out the Tapu Koko now. I don't. So what I need him to do is go out into the Landorus. That's exactly what I needed. So at this point, the Intimidate comes through. I'm still on 13 HP. We'll see if he actually Rock Slides this. If he Earthquakes, that's not good. That's straight up not good at all. So we're going to take out Uptown Funk. Bring in Aquila to sack him off. Unless he goes for Earthquake, which is the best case scenario. But he goes for the U-turn. So that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. That's a good idea for him. Now, what are the better choice? No, because we're in this situation anyway. With the Tapu Koko. Who's going to get hit with a little bit of poison damage. No, I think this is perfect. Is it, though? Is this how it's going to happen? Was this the better option? I'm going to sack it off. I don't really have any other choice. I'm actually going to go for... No, I can't U-turn. Or could I? No, I'm going to U-turn. If somehow, by some nature, I live... Which I don't, because the electric terrain probably did that. I was going to say I could use it to sack it off, but that's actually a good point on his end, because now he doesn't get hit with the poison damage. But at this point, he's down to his Landorus, Tapu Koko, and his Kyurem Black. And how I see this is he's bringing out his Kyurem Black here, which I know doesn't outspeed. He shouldn't have Protect. And I can freely go... I have to go into Uptown Funk here. Uptown Funk is my win condition. If I lose it, it's not a good time. 13 HP. Just, you gotta land a high jump kick. And if you can do that, we are cooking! Come on, Uptown Funk. High jump kick. Connects! Do we get a knockout? Yes, we do! Now, the thing is, he probably Earthquakes. The question is, can we survive 2 of them? It's all gonna come down to that. If I can do that, it all comes down to the speed tie. It all comes down to the speed tie. I'm gonna bring in Serenity. He has no reason not to Earthquake anymore. My heart is pumping at 1,000,000 times a minute. Now, can we live a U-turn? Oh! He had no reason not to U-turn. I think that just clinched him the game. Because I can't sack it off. That just got him. 100%. Because... Unless I can survive this one. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, which should take him out. But from this, at least at this range. But the idea is I'm locking myself in an Ice Beam just in the proximity. We'll see what happens here. This is a Volt Switch. And the question is, do we survive this? Ah, no we don't. That's a little bit unfortunate, but it's a close game. But actually, okay, so he goes down to that. I think Quick Attack from that range should take it out. But it doesn't really matter. Because Landorus will come out here at full HP. And I don't outspeed him due to the Choice Scarf. The double Choice Scarf is what killed me. But, that was a close game. We lost 2-0 in the first game. A little bit to a boneheaded move, but it's whatever. It's a good welcome back to battling. I'll just tell you that. It's a good welcome back to battling. Because here comes the U-turn, man. That will take us out. Good game, Red. It's a pretty good game. Actually, it is. Because there was a lot of mind games in there. It was. But I'm going to put a different move on my Tornadus. And we'll go from there. So there'll be one more battle with this team. Another battle with a Pokemon that went to Ubers. And we'll see from there. But be here on December 9th for a brand new streaming series that puts challenges in a better position. Anywho, if you did enjoy this battle, don't forget to show your love on the like button by dropping a like from the top, because without your support, we can't actually win any more battles. And subscribe if you have not to never really miss any other battles. With that, though, I want to thank you for watching, and to catch you back at the top later on, because that's how we do what?